Hi, it's Alaska Granny. What have I been up to this week as far as prepping goes? Well, let me share with you. One of the things that happened when my sweetheart died is, you know how you clean out things, but then certain boxes just get put aside because they're too sentimental, it's too difficult to go through things. But eventually, we need to declutter even the sentimental items. We need to go through them. And so that's what I've been doing. And I wanted to share with you one of the boxes that I opened, which shows you 100% who he was. He had this stash of pocket knives, and you can tell he was a real fan of old timers. I don't know why he was drawn to them so, but whenever we went to a gun show or something like that, whenever he saw old timer knives, he collected them. And he was forever asking me, where are some nail clippers? And you can see he wasn't without them, he just was without the knowledge of where did I put them. Look at this collection. And this one is really fascinating. Not only is it nice and sturdy, but look, it's practically like a Swiss Army knife. It has all these gizmos and gadgets down here for really making your nails look good. I don't even remember ever seeing him use this, and I don't ever remember seeing anything like it in the store. Have you ever had a nail clipper, anything like this? That could be very useful in the apocalypse. So yeah, if you're a prepper, maybe you want to look for one of these. It says it's by Revlon. This one even has a can opener and a screwdriver, plus a nail file. I guess this one isn't really nail clippers. Maybe this one should be in the pocket knives rather than in the nail implements. Look at this one, engineered in Germany. Wonder if he bought it when we were on vacation. I'm not sure that's legal in all 50 states, but I know that they're legal in places like Alaska and I think Arizona. I guess this one is a money clip with a few blades built in for good measure. This one's very pretty. Scrimshaw, where art is carved into ivory. Is this a pheasant? Another one with a little pair of scissors. I always love it when you find scissors. Now this one, I'm assuming this is a bottle opener. I'm not exactly sure what that blade is, so if you know, leave it in the comments. I don't think you could use it to open a can, but I'm not sure. Maybe it is like a P38 can opener. You can see all the old timers, and I think he actually had more than that. Maybe I'm partly to blame because we'd be at a gun show or something like that, and I would say, hey look, there's an old timer. And yeah, I need to figure out how to clean all of these because they've been in a box, they've not been well loved like they should have, and so I'm going to have to figure out how you actually clean these without harming them in any way. There's even two of them that are still in a box. And this one is interesting because this one says Alaska knife. And I'm not sure what would make this Schrade old timer an Alaska knife, especially since they're a company in New York. So if you know what makes the Alaska knife special, maybe you'll put it in the comments below. I also found pictures of this fish he caught about 20 years ago, and he was very proud of it. I don't even remember what kind of fish it is. If you know what kind of fish this is, please leave it in the comments below and solve my mystery. So I think I'm going to need to at least donate some of these nail clippers somewhere where it can help people who don't have all of the things they need. I'll have to make some sort of a plan on what to do with all of these knives. If you have suggestions on what to do if you have some sort of a knife collection, I don't know if it's valuable or it's just sentimental, let me know which you would do. Fall is definitely here. I think the termination dust is here. Sometimes we're not sure. Termination dust is when the snow is on the tops of the mountains right around here and it doesn't melt, the real snow that sticks. Sometimes we get some and we think, that can't be it, and it'll melt, and we say, okay, we have a little more time before winter is actually upon us. So no matter where you live, be thinking about the change of seasons and what do you need to have going forward so that you are prepared. Mud season is definitely here. Every time I take my dog out for a walk, I put on garden gloves because I'm always moving rocks, picking up branches, pulling weeds, walking around my property, and even picking up stuff around the neighborhood. And so it's important to me that I have a pair of gloves that are sturdy and reasonably warm. These mud gloves that I found at Fred Meyer's are a little thicker because they're waterproof on both sides. The garden gloves that I've been wearing are mesh on the back, and so the cold, the air, the water, and even mud goes through them. And so these I think are going to be handy for when I take the dog out for his walks. It says they're bamboo H2O mud. Sounds good to me. So while it says that they're bamboo H2O mud, they also contain rubber. So if you have any kind of a rubber allergy, this wouldn't be the kind of glove that you would want. It still has a breathable type cuff on it, so I think they'll be comfortable and help me enjoy my time in the out of doors and not have so many pairs of wet, muddy gloves hanging up in my laundry room waiting to dry for our next outdoor adventure. Another thing that I've been looking forward to is Thanksgiving. So when I've been going to the store, I'm thinking about all of the basic canned and packaged foods that I might want for Thanksgiving, or to extend my Thanksgiving meal to make leftovers, or just to make some quick and easy sort of a Thanksgiving dinner even in my crock pot. If you make a list of the must-have food items that help you celebrate your holidays, you can pick them up 1 or 2 items at a time when you go shopping, because the items are really getting expensive this year and I don't want to go without basics. Let me share with you a few of the basic ingredients, the food items that I picked up, so that I'll have a stockpile of those when the holidays roll around and I'll be prepared to make those meals. The first category of foods that I picked up for the holiday season are some craisins, which are dried cranberries, a can of cranberry sauce, and a can of pumpkin. I also want to get some whole cranberry sauce and some crushed pineapple because I have a family favorite Jell-O mold dish, and I'll put a link to that cranberry Jell-O in case you want to try it on your holiday season. Likely there will be turkey on my shopping list in the future, but I decided to pick up a few cans of turkey so that I can make something in my crock pot that's Thanksgiving-ish and have some shelf-stable turkey in case I run out of leftovers and I still have an inkling for some turkey. I had a hard time finding extra turkey gravy. I did find some at Kroger's, but when I was at Walmart, I did not see any turkey gravy, so I picked up a few cans of chicken gravy simply to have in the pantry. These kind of foods will last for a long time, and even if you don't use them for your holiday dinners, you'll have them to make holiday-like dinners later. I bought 2 cans of cream of chicken soup. It's great for all kinds of soups and stews, casseroles with your leftover turkey, and there are a lot of ways that you could use your cream of chicken, just making simple meals on any kind of an evening that could be quick, easy, delicious, and keep your family going. I bought a can of chicken broth, and I also bought another jar of chicken bouillon cubes. I don't think I've ever seen turkey bouillon. Let us know if you've seen it. Now, I know you can buy larger containers of chicken broth in cardboard cartons, but I don't like to buy food in cardboard cartons that I want to set it aside in my pantry. I don't think it lasts as long. I may not want to use that much broth at a time, and I'm not convinced that the cardboard container is really anywhere near as sturdy as a can. It's also easy to plan ahead. After you roast your turkey, you can put all of the carcass even into your crock pot and make some bone broth, your own turkey broth. If you've never made bone broth, I'll put a link to a video on how you can take your leftover bones and turn them into some very nutritious, delicious bone broth. It's simple, and you're basically making it out of food that other people throw away. This granny practically clutched her pearls and gasped when she saw that a can of Princella yams, or sweet potatoes, was $4.39. They had very few cans of sweet potatoes. This was the only type they had. They were way down on the bottom. Maybe they had 20 cans in the whole entire store. So if sweet potatoes or yams is something that you like to prepare, be on the lookout for them now in case they're not available later. I bought one package of the Kroger chicken flavored stuffing mix. They only had 2 different kinds. They had chicken flavor or jalapeno cornbread, which was not appealing to me at all. The stuffing mix was $1.59, and the stovetop stuffing mix was nearly $4. So I was certainly glad to find the Kroger brand stuffing mix. Shortages are real, prices are rising. Hopefully things will be more on sale closer to the holidays, but what if they're not? Or what if the storms are out and you can't get to the store? What if something crazy happens in the world? So while it's nice to wait for a sale, sometimes it's best to get a few things you might not want to be without, even if they cost a little more. And then when you see them on sale, you can get some more. And that's how we become successful preppers. We have some food to use, we have some put away in our pantry to rotate, then we have a plan to replace that food as we use it and rotate it, and especially if you find it on sale, then we want to add to our pantry stockpile. I like to put together craisins, the stuffing mix, a can of turkey, and then I make a crock pot turkey dinner. You can make it with turkey or chicken, and I add a few other ingredients. It's so simple, it's yummy, and it can taste like a holiday even if it isn't. I'll put a link to that video in case that's a recipe that you might want to try. Check the knife restrictions wherever you live. They vary not only by state and municipality, but they also vary by country. So wherever you are, you want to make sure that you are following the law. Prepping is a lifestyle. Do a little at a time. You want to be decluttering, organizing, maintaining, and adding to your prepping supplies, your food stockpile, so that you have the things you need. Don't go overboard and never go into debt over prepping. And if you are in debt, pay off those debts and start saving up those dollars so that you have cash going forward, because nobody knows what the future holds, but I can pretty much guarantee you money is going to be important. So let us know in the comments below, what did you do to prep this week, and how are you holding up now that winter is coming? It's getting colder, we have to hunker down, but we can do it. Just get up and take little baby steps, get going again. I hope you'll like my video, share it with someone else you think might enjoy it, and please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.